This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of September 23rd, 2022. I'm Alex Brown. The outgoing CEO of the Indy Chamber wasn't looking for a new job, but says the vision laid out by Indiana University President Pamela Whitten was very attractive to him. On Thursday, Michael Huber was named Vice President for University Relations at IU, a role he will begin next month.
I've been really compelled by President Whitten's ambition. She lays it out in the Strategic Plan 2030. The one that really got me is Indiana University as an engine to improve the lives and the economic vitality of people of Indiana. And, this idea of the university as a collaborator, an accelerator. Economic development now in 2022 is all about human capital. And it takes the public sector and the private sector and academia all working together to do that.
The Chamber has announced that longtime executive and community leader Moira Karlstedt will serve as interim CEO until a successor is found. Purdue Bands and Orchestra has a new home, thanks in part to a $10 million gift from a Boilermaker alum and his wife. The university will today dedicate the new Mark and Sharon Hagel Hall. Purdue broke ground last November on the $20 million facility. The instrumentals program has moved out of the basement of Elliott Hall of Music. Indianapolis-based Elevate Ventures is partnering with GrowthX, an early-stage venture capital fund in California, to create a new entrepreneurial program. The partners say the Sales and Marketing Accelerator will integrate GrowthX's go-to-market system with Elevate's entrepreneur programming. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Whether it's a new hire or a noteworthy promotion, IIB's Bigwigs and New Gigs serves as a platform to promote your team. Our revamped offering includes being featured on both the newly redesigned newsletter and at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. Subscribers to the Business News subscription save $10 off every listing. Plus, you can save $100 by bundling your submission to IIB with the Indianapolis Business Journal or the Indiana Lawyer. More at InsideIndianaBusiness.com.
Norovirus is incredibly common in the U.S. with about 2,500 reported outbreaks each year. IU researchers are developing a norovirus vaccine for infants, and a Boston-based startup is giving the team a $1.2 million shot in the arm.
Lead researcher and IU Bloomington postdoctoral student Dr. Asha Phillip says the reason why the norovirus is the top cause of vomiting and diarrhea is because the other major culprit, the rotavirus, is prevented by a vaccine that babies are given as part of the standard regimen. Scientists have been chasing a norovirus for 3 decades, but the virus is difficult to grow in a lab to develop a vaccine. Phillip and IU biology professor Dr. John Patton instead turned their attention to the standard rotavirus vaccine already given to babies. Phillip says they modify one of the genes in the rotavirus so that it will also make the norovirus protein.
The body will be recognizing 2 different viruses. The body is saying I am infected with 2 different viral proteins, so let me make antibodies against both of these so that we have double immune response.
The team aims to replace the currently used rotavirus vaccine with this dual vaccine. The $1.2 million from Boston-based biotech startup GVax will help move the research to human clinical trials. Kylie Valletta, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indianapolis-based Monon BioVentures has received a 1-year, nearly $400,000 grant from the National Cancer Institute to demonstrate the feasibility of manufacturing a glioblastoma therapeutic created at the Purdue University College of Pharmacy. Glioblastoma is an aggressive type of cancer that can occur in the brain or spinal cord. Sandro Matosevich, assistant professor in the Department of Industrial and Physical Pharmacy, has developed a potential treatment, and Purdue says his work demonstrates that the human immune natural killer cells can be armed to specifically attack glioblastomas. Monon BioVentures will partner with Matosevich and Genizin Inc., a therapeutics manufacturing lab in Fishers. Indy Sports Radio host Derek Schultz is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC. A weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.